Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, Aaron will place a fence around his yard that is shaped like a right triangle. The measurements of the two sides of the yard are shown in the diagram below. How many meters of fence did Aaron place? So what is it that I'm looking for? Well, I want to know how big is the fence that he's going to build, right? Now, fence means all the way around because it says right here, around his yard. So what comes to your mind when I say around or when I say a fence? Okay, yeah, we should think about perimeter, right? And perimeter, you will find it by adding all the sides, okay? So I need to add up all the sides. Now, I have a problem because only two sides are given to me. I'm missing one more. But luckily for us, that shape that we have is a right triangle. And if you notice here, this is my right angle. And if this is my right angle, then I have a right triangle, which brings back the Pythagorean Theorem. Very good. Remember, anytime that we have a right triangle, we can always use this theorem or this formula to find any missing side. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, well, we need to identify who are the legs, because remember, A and B will be the legs for us, right? So go ahead and find the right angle, which is right here. And now this side and the one across sideways, those two are my legs, right? Because remember, the legs are the ones that they make your right angle. Therefore, either one of them can be A and B. So I can say this is A and this is B, right? Now, remember, the reason why I'm doing Pythagorean theorem is because I cannot find perimeter until I know that side that is missing. That side that I'm missing is called the hypotenuse, right? And hypotenuse, notice how it's right across the right angle. So this is going to be my C. So let's go ahead and replace values. So A will be 43.5 meters square. So I'll leave the units on the side. B is 58 meters square, and that would be equals to C squared, okay? So what I need to do is I need to find the values for the numbers that I'm raising to the second power. So 43.5 to the second power gives me 1,892. So let's write it down. 1,892.25. And of course, these are meters, right? What about 58 squared? Well, that will give me 3,364, and that will be equals to C squared. So now we can add up those two numbers because this is an equation, right? Remember, treat it as an equation. So I will get 5,256.25 equals C squared. Now, again, that's not my answer because what you see here, I'm going to point it to you, that is just C, not to the second power. And right here, I do have C, but it's raised to the second power. So please don't tell me that's the answer. I need to make sure that my answer has C by itself. So what do I need to do next? Well, we got to find the square root on both sides. Okay, so this is the last step. Find the square root. Okay, so once I find the square root, I will get C equals 72.5, and the measurements are meters, so I'm going to write down M. So that's my M already, my missing side, right? So let's go to the picture and let's write it down. So this is equals to 72.5 meters. But that's not the final answer because the question was how much would be the fence that he needs to use, right? So in order for us to do that, I will need to find the perimeter for that. So let's go ahead and write it down. And we agree that perimeter is basically adding all the sides. Okay, so I'm going to add up 58 meters plus 43.5 meters, plus the last number that I found was 72.5 meters. That's my perimeter, right? So if you add up all the sides, you will get 174 meters. So that's how much fence Aaron will end up putting on his place, right? Okay, so that's my answer, which is letter B, 174 meters.